Hi there, Dead-Eyed Boy here, back with another video, and this time we are jumping into Daily Race C. Now it's a Dragon Trail Seaside, it's in reverse, so it's got the Death Chicane in reverse, which is arguably a little bit easier than the other way round. That's a matter of opinion, you can let me know in the comments what you think. We're going to jump into the Toyota Supra though, which is dominating the leaderboard as usual when it comes to Group 3, and we're going to see what we can do. We haven't had any practice time, and we're just going to see if we can set a lap time so that we don't start at the very back of the grid. So following the fastest ghost in the world, you can see how much slower I attempt to go through the Death Chicane on my first attempt than that particular ghost does, but we've survived it. That's the main thing, because we just want to set a lap time here. That's the main thing. You can see how far off the track the ghost goes there. 2 tyres dipped right down onto the red stuff. I'm just not skillful enough to even go near that. My car would just almost flip if I think I attempted that, but we'll go through the S's here to drop it down into 4th and just try and catch the apex, which we miss. And if you miss that apex, then there's a good chance that will happen. So that was the end of my qualifying attempt. We are just going to have to accept our fate from the back of the grid. Now you can see here we are on our US account. That means it was an early morning race for much of my competitors, and you can see there's a variety of skill ratings in here. We've got one A+ driver starting in P3. The rest are all a mix of A and B and a mix of sort of ASR and SSR and things like that. So this is kind of like a multi-class race, because you're going to have a variety of skills, you're going to have a variety of speeds that those skill levels will be confident at going at. So you can see here, as we got into turn 1, I was almost caught out there by the tentative braking of P11, but we managed to get the car stopped and we actually swooped back underneath to pick up the position. Now heading down into the Death Chicane for the first time was just going to be a case of survival, so we try and get on the brakes nice and early. Although we do tap the yellow Supra, we almost kill him, but then we hit him again and actually straighten him up, so we killed him and saved him in the one manoeuvre there. So thankfully he didn't lose a position. In fact, we actually lost a position, picked up a little bit of damage in the process, so no harm to the driver in front. That's the main thing here, so that's all good. My conscience is clear. We can just race now without having to worry about saying sorry or leaving, or giving a position back or anything like that. So come through the S's for the first time here though. You can see over on the left there's a death, over on the left there's another death, and over on the right there is another death there. So that's 3 deaths going through the S's. So maybe the Death Chicane's not the problem here, maybe it's the S's of death in this particular race. But that's the thing about this particular track, there are multiple ways to die on it. If the Death Chicane doesn't get you, these curbs might get you, because they are lethal. As we come round the final chicane here, these 3 guys are going to have a little bit of a conversation, and we pick up 3 spots and there's somebody else dead on the right hand side. So we are now up to P5, and this is absolute chaos. You can see why people want to avoid this race, to be honest with you, because yeah, you're taking your life and your driver rating in your own hands at times in lobbies like this. We thankfully have survived the madness and picked up a miraculous 7 positions in 1 lap, and we are now closing down on P4 as we head into the Death Chicane. We're just going to back out though, give him his space and see what happens here. We give a little clip of the wall, which almost loses the rear end, but we save it and survive and live to tell the tale. So coming around here into the tight left hand hairpin, and we're just going to try and get out in 3rd gear. So we've picked up a little bit of a run now on the GTR in front. You can actually see P3 isn't that far ahead either. In fact, P1 is only 4.5 seconds away. So yeah, it's been a productive start to this race, let's just say that. Going through these S's, I feel these are definitely very, very dangerous. You can see we almost lose it there and had to really get out of the power there to hold the car on the track. And we lost a little bit of time in the process just trying to do that, but also the GTR lost a little bit of time there as he failed to stop for that left-hander there. So That was a close call as far as they were concerned, but I think we have got the pace on this guy, and I think it will just be a matter of time before we can pick up P4 as we go round the right-hander here. And the Supra power, you're going to see it here in full force against the GTR, which is absolutely no match for it. Now, the Supra is definitely OP at the moment when it comes to Group 3. It has just got far too much power for the others to contend with, and if you can kind of tame the rear end of it coming out of corners, avoid flooring it in second or third gear completely, because smooth on the power delivery in this car really is the car of choice. So here we go into the death chicane though, and the GTR's actually got a little bit of a run on us, and I was absolutely praying for him to back out. Thankfully he did, because too wide through the death chicane is not good, and somebody else has died. It's a colourful Supra, and we have now picked up another free position. So without really doing anything of note in this race, apart from a couple of overtakes, we have jumped up from P12 to P3, and we're only on lap 3. It's a very short race, so 4 laps, not great. And you can also see the attrition rate in this was not great either. We're down to just 10 drivers left on the grid, which, yeah, a lot of rage quitting going on in this particular one. But we are not going to be one of those. We are going to fight now for a potential P2, perhaps even a potential victory, which would be quite incredible in a 4-lap race. As we jump forward into the last lap, you can see we almost ran wide here, followed the Mercedes off the track a little bit there, and that just left them with a little bit more breathing space as we head into the death chicane for the 4th and final time. We need to survive. Will we survive? Of course we survive. Never a doubt. And we get a really good run on the exit here, and that's going to allow us a chance to move up the inside onto the brakes, keeping it tight. Little bit of side by side there, but nobody dies, and we are out of the hairpin, and we have picked up the position. Although you can see from the radar they are coming back at us, and that Mercedes has got one of the best accelerations of the Group 3 cars, so you've just got to be careful. If it is close to you coming out of any corners, it could get a run on you. But we make it stick, and coming round this tight right-hander, we manage that pretty well, staying in 4th gear, getting the power down, and we've opened up again a little bit of a gap as we hit the brakes and come round the tight left-hander, using lots of that curb on the left-hand side, smoothly onto the power 3rd gear, because we don't want that back end to step out. And it looks like if we can negotiate the final chicane, we will have secured a quite improbable, unexpected P2 from this race. But as I said, it was a very, very mixed bag in terms of the lobby strength. You've just got to sometimes race against the field that you're dealt with. And to be honest with you, it's quite a good insight when I come back into races like this, because it gives me an idea of what's happening down in the kind of lower split lobbies. Now, if you're a B driver or an A driver and you are in these lobbies, I feel for you, because look at the madness that happens. Just probably a little bit of lack of racecraft, people not really knowing when to go side by side and when to back out, and you can see this Porsche just side swipes, hit your apex. Your apex was not hitting his apex with that one there, and you can see this guy, he just loses it on the left hand side, almost forgets to turn the car. These guys, well, you could put some comedy music over the top of that 3-way round the final chicane, and that's the thing. As I said, it's known when to back out. This guy knew when to back out. That was very, very sensible. If somebody's got the run on you and you want your live to tell the tale, back out. Now, this absolutely wonderfully rainbow coloured Supra did not survive here, and you can see that's all you need. A little clip of that left hand wall, even after you think you've survived the chicane itself, can still lead to an untimely death. But that is Daily Race B in a nutshell. So it's carnage, but quite good fun. That's the best way to sum that one up. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you've not already subscribed to the channel, then do that. That would be amazing if you could, as we approach 7,000 subscribers. So thanks for everybody for supporting the channel so far, and I'll see you all on the next one. Goodbye.